Yeah, it was a tricky session. I thought I wouldn't get through to Q1 because I had a lot of traffic in my first, through to Q2 because I had a lot of traffic in my first lap. And then obviously the red flag, but just scraped through. Yeah, it was right. It was right. There probably is a few more attempts in there, to be honest. So it wasn't my best lap ever. We qualified on the mediums. I think it was only my second time on the mediums this weekend. First of which was my first laps of the day. So a bit tricky, but it's all to play for tomorrow. The weather looks a bit up in the air. So yeah,
you hoping for rain?
I think so. I think let's do the rain dance and see what happens.
Tough one to manage, I imagine.
Yeah.
Talk me through it from the cockpit.
Yeah, very interrupted session. Yeah, I mean, I think what happened there? I think outlaps here are always quite tricky with the spacing. I mean, it's a relatively easy track to get the tires up to temp. It's very hot, soft compound, a lot of long corners. But obviously, it's difficult to account for how much you're going to lose in that last sector when everyone's backing up trying to open the lap, especially under braking for the first corner, which is not really a strong point of our car in normal conditions anyway. So. Yeah, I mean, the only lap I did after kind of throwing one tire to the bin with the first red flag is, yeah, not a lot of confidence starting the first lap in the first sector. And then, yeah, I mean, at the end before the last red flag, I was improving. I was thinking I was 4/10 up going into the last sector. So, I mean, I'm sure it's the case for a lot of people. It would have been interesting to see had everyone close the laps, which is where we would have been. But, yeah, it's racing. It's how it goes.
And what about tomorrow then? Any confidence in terms of making up some paces?
I mean, I think regardless, even if we got into Q2, the car pace is probably still around P14, P15. So, I mean, anyways, we'll see where George ends up. I know there's a few cars that should be in Q2 that aren't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too disappointed about the starting position. Obviously, you always want to start higher, but hopefully we can have a good start. And yeah, it'll be a long race tomorrow, so we'll see what we can do.